students, last time we met to discuss chapter statistics. Welcome to Rajdeep School Kodina and myself Rajasri Patil. We are meeting today again to continue our topic, and now I am going to teach you the next method to calculate mean. Actually we have calculated mean for group frequency distribution by direct method, and the formula we are very well known, x bar equal to sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi, where xi we have taken as the class mark. And now we will see what happens sometime when the data is numerically too much large. Values of these class intervals are very large and frequencies are very large. Here I have taken small values, but if values are numerically very large, the calculation becomes very time consuming and tedious. To avoid the confusion of calculation and to reduce our work, we will now see the new method to calculate mean by direct method, that is assume mean method. So in this method what we have to do, let us select one among the xi. What are xi's? That we know, that are the class marks that we have calculated already in direct method also. So from these xi's, one of the value we will select as our assume mean, and that assume mean we will denote it as A. So then what we have to, next step is to find the difference between each xi and A, and this difference xi minus A, this difference we will denote by the symbol di, and di is what? Xi minus A. Let us call di as deviation of A from each xi. Then next step is to find the product of di with corresponding fi, corresponding frequency of that class only. So the product will be fi di, and this product now we have to take in the formula to calculate mean by assume mean method. So what is assume mean? X bar equal to A plus sigma fi di, I takes value from 1 to n divided by sigma fi, where A is our assume mean that we have assumed from the xi's values, and di is the deviation of assume mean from each xi. Now for this I have taken one example here. This is a question for us now. Find the mean by assume mean method for the following data. This is our data. These are class intervals and these are frequencies. You will be provided these class intervals and frequencies in the question only. What next step is, first of all we have to calculate xi. What is xi? It is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2, that we have seen in direct method also. So here we will put all values of xi, then we have to select one of the value of xi. That value we have to subtract from each xi. Here we will get di, then fi di, these two columns product we will write over here. Finally what we have to do, we have to make sum total of all fi, that will be sigma fi, and sum total of sigma fi di product over here, that will be our sigma fi di. These values we have to put in the formula, and then we will get the mean by assume mean method. So let us calculate here first xi, that first xi will be 10 plus 25 divided by 2, and that becomes 35 by 2, that is 17.5. So this is first value of xi, 17.5. Secondly I am taking 25 plus 40 divided by 2, and that is 65 divided by 2, and that will be 32.5. Consecutively I am going to calculate. So 40 plus 55 divided by 2, that is 105 divided by 2, and it will be 95 divided by 2, and it will be 47.5. Friends, you will be able to notice that the difference between each class limit and the difference between each two exercise is same. Here the difference is 15 and here also is 15. So if once you get the confidence, you will directly able to add 15 over here and get the values of xi. So if I add 15 over here, I will get 62.5. Then adding after 15, we will get 87.5 and finally I will get this value here 92.5. So these are our exercise now, and what we have to do now, out of these exercise we have to select one of the value as A. So we can approach to the middle value so that it is our average value. So we can take this value also, last value also, but to reduce our calculation and for being comfortable, we will take xi, this xi as our A. So here I am writing A is equal to 47.5. This is our now, not the actual mean, but it is assumed mean. Now this assumed mean I have to subtract from each xi. So subtracting this from this, what I will get first is, now this value is small and this is big. What will happen? Smaller minus bigger, you will get, answer is minus 30. This will be then what? 32.5 minus 47.5 and you will get minus 15. Obviously 47.5 minus 40, this will be 0. Here then we will get 15, and now these three values, if you observe, these are more than A. So here we will get positive values 30 and lastly we will get here 45. Now we have got DIs. So these are deviations of assumed mean from each xi. These deviations, after calculation of this, we have to take the product of fi di. So each product I am going to write over here. Before that I will calculate sigma fi. What is the total number of observations here? And so if you go to do sigma fi, this is 5 and 7, 12 and 6 is 18 and 6, 24 and it is 30. Now I am going to take the product of these two. This is minus 60, this is minus 45, obviously this is 0, 0, this is 90, this is a 180 and this we have to calculate, and we are getting here 270. The sum total now, this is half part is negative, half part is positive. Be careful while adding this. First of all you add the positives, then subtract the negatives from this. So adding positives I am getting here 540 and the negatives we will get 105. So our sigma fi di is 435. So this total now we have to take in calculation. Let us calculate assumed mean by putting the values. So x bar is A plus sigma fi di divided by sigma fi, and so now our A was 47.5, that so we have assumed. What is our sigma fi di is 435, that is 435 I am taking here, and sigma fi is 30. So this is 47.5, this is divisible by 5. So 5 8s are 40 and 5 7s are 35. If I divide this, we will be getting 14.5. And if you add 47.5 and 14.5, here we will be getting, this is 0 and this is 62. So what is our mean now? 62. So this is a mean by assumed mean method. This is the answer for our question. So students, whenever there will be question that find the mean by assume mean method, compulsorily you have to follow this method. Then now this is after this we will learn now step deviation method. So this was the first step to reduce the calculation, but even then here if you observe these values of di are so big. So to minimize again to these values, we will take step deviation method. You note this and practice this sum again. And now I am going to introduce you the step deviation method to calculate the mean. So now next method I am going to take step deviation method. So what we will do now in step deviation method, columns will be in the same way. Here we will be provided classes, frequencies are given. First step is to calculate xi, but now we have to reduce this value of di. What we will do, these values of di, if I divide by the size of the class size, if you observe here it is 15. So class size is same everywhere in these classes. So if I divide each di by the class size, then our calculation will be reduced. So now I am going to introduce step deviation method. For that I am taking one example. Before that we will see. To reduce the calculations, let ui is equal to xi minus a divided by h, and hence x bar will be a plus sigma fi ui, I goes from 1 to n, divided by sigma fi into h. Here I am going to clear everything to you. This h is the class size and ui is xi minus a, where I am writing a is assumed mean, ui is xi minus a divided by h, and where h is class size of each class interval, assuming that the class intervals are of same size. So now I am going to take the next method, and the question will be like this: find the mean. This example I am taking now. Find the mean by step deviation method. For the following, for the given data. So now I have classes. Here I have classes 10 to 25, 25 to 40, 40 to 55, 55 to 70, 70 to 85, and 85 to 100. Here next column will be of class mark, and now we will have next column will be of ui is equal to xi minus a divided by h and fi, and finally we will be having fi ui. So frequencies I am writing, they are 2, 3, 7, 6, 6 and 6. So xi values already, this sum we have done. So xi values are 17.5, 32.5, 47.5, 62.5 and 77.5, 92.5. So what we have to do now, students? We have to First of all, select one of the value as A. This is assume mean. This assume mean we have to subtract from each xi and divide it by h. So let us see how to calculate ui first of all. Here I am going to show you how to calculate ui. So for first class I am going to calculate ui is 17.5 minus 47.5 divided by class size is now 15. So this is 15. So this is minus 30 divided by 15, it is minus 2. For second value ui will be 32.5 minus 47.5 and this is minus 15 divided by 15, that is minus 1. Third is ui is equal to 47.5 minus 47.5 divided by 15, that is 0. So this is 0. And fourth is ui is equal to 62.5 minus 47.5 upon 15. So now we will get here positives value. So in this way if you calculate, here you will get ui values are minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So these are our ui's, and sigma fi as usual we have calculated before this also, it is 30, and now we have to take the product of these two. So if you observe now, the calculation is reduced too much now. So first value is minus 4, this is a minus 3, 0, this is 6, 12 and this is 18. So we have to calculate sigma fi ui here, and it will be now 18 and 12 and this will be 36 is the positive, and 36 minus you will get here 7, that is 29. These two values now we have to put in the formula and get the mean. So mean by step deviation method I am going to calculate now here. So what formula I have told you, x bar equal to a plus sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi into h. Into h, multiplication by h is compulsorily you have to multiply because we have divided here the deviation by h. So we have to multiply by that h. So x bar is equal to a plus sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi multiplied by h. And what was our a? 47.5 plus this is 29 upon 30 into 15. Students, this is very easy to calculate. 47.5 plus 29 divided by 2, that is 14.5, and so x bar is again 62. So this is our answer, mean by step deviation method. So I hope students you have clearly understood now the last method of calculation of mean by step deviation method. By this method you will reduce the calculation to too much extent. Here classes, if you are having classes of the class size even 500,000, even then the calculation will reduce too much and you will not confuse here while doing calculations. So this is our last method of now calculation of mean. So if now we will proceed for calculation of mode. The next second measure of central tendency that is provided in our textbook. So I hope you have clearly understood. Please note this and practice it again so that you will clearly understand this method. So next measure of central tendency we will see now. So second measure of central tendency is mode. So what happens? What is mode? First of all we will see. Mode is the frequently occurring observation we say. but in case of raw data or in case of grouped frequency distribution, it is not possible. Second is ungrouped frequency distribution. In ungrouped frequency distribution, we can have directly observations involved, and here by looking after the frequencies only we can locate the mode. But in case of grouped frequency distribution, what happens? Observations are not located in this directly, so here we cannot locate the mode directly, as any observation is not provided. So what to do in this case? We will select the class which has the maximum frequency. So class having maximum frequency, we will say that class as the model class, and by looking after that class we will calculate the mode. And so formula to calculate the mode is, so here I am writing for grouped frequency distribution, the class with maximum frequency is selected as a model class, and here we do not need to make any table. By looking in the question only we can get all the values. So formula to calculate mode for grouped frequency distribution is this. So mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by twice F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. And I am giving the terminologies here. L is the lower limit of model class. F1 is the frequency of model class. F0 is the frequency of class preceding to model class. And F2 is the frequency of class succeeding to model class. And H is the class size of each class interval, assuming that the classes are of same size. So let us calculate mode for the given data. So I am having here one data here I am taking. So we are provided here classes. Find the question is like this: find the mode, find the modal age in years of the given frequency distribution. So question is this. I am noting the question. So here classes I have 5 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, and 55 to 65. And frequency is this: 6, 11, 21, 23, 14, 5. So this is our data. Now if you observe which is the model class here, if you observe what is the maximum frequency? 23 is the maximum frequency. So this is our modal class. Here only I will note everything. This is our modal class. So by looking after this class only, we will get all these values which are involved in the formula. So what is L? Lower limit of the modal class L is 35. Then F1 frequency of the modal class is 23. F0 frequency preceding to modal class is 21. And F2 frequency of the class succeeding to modal class is 14. And H is 10, class size is 10. So putting the values, we will get mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 upon 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So L is 35 plus here we are getting 23 minus 21 divided by 2 into 23 minus 21 minus 14 into 10. So we are getting here 35 plus this is 2, this is 46 minus, if you observe, it is 35 into 10. So 35 plus this is 20, and if you subtract it is 11, and you will get 35 plus 1.81. So mode is equal to 36.81 years. This is the answer for mode. So this is mode, the second measure of central tendency, mode for group data. By this formula, we have taken the modal class. These are the values involved in the formula that we have to put in the formula, get the answer and get the value of mode. So this is our second measure of central tendency. After this, we will proceed to the third measure of central tendency, that is median for group data. Friends, you are very familiar with these three measures of central tendency: mean, median and mode. So mean in 9th standard also we have seen, mode there also we have seen, median also, but we have seen all these things for raw data and ungrouped frequency distribution. But in this class we are proceeding to each measure of central tendency to grouped frequency distribution. So for grouped frequency distribution, how to calculate median, that we will see now. So what to do for that we will see to calculate median. So median, as we know what is median. Median is the middlemost observation located in the center of the data, and for raw data and ungrouped frequency distribution. So we have seen median in 9th standard, that median, if the number of observation, that is n is odd, median is what? N plus 1 divided by 2th observation. And if n is even, then median is n by 2th observation plus n by 2 plus 1th observation divided by 2. Means whenever number of observations are even, we cannot locate the median. So in this case we have to take the average of the two middlemost observations. But now this is also not helpful for us to calculate mean in group data, because in group data observations are not located. We cannot see directly the observation. Any xi is not located there. So in this case we have to again locate the median class. So to locate the median class, means to select the middlemost observation, we should have total number of observations. And now we will see for group data. The middlemost observation, we have to middlemost observation is selected by looking at the cumulative frequencies. So thus the total distribution is divided into two halves. So to divide the halves, what we have to do? So to find cumulative frequencies, and we have to find divide the data by dividing the total number of observations by 2. So in this way we have to locate the median class. What we have to do? We have to select the class which will have cumulative frequency which is more than or equal to n by 2, which is more than or equal to middlemost observation. So this is in this way. First of all, we will locate the median class. That class we will call as median class, and by looking after the median class, we are here to calculate median, and formula is L plus n by 2 minus Cf upon F into C. And so here I am giving the explanation. L is the lower limit of median class. Here I am taking H. H or C also you can take for class size. This n is the total number of observations. This is cumulative frequency of the class preceding to model class. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding to median class. And F is the frequency of the median class. And H is the class size. So now I am taking example to calculate median. So let us go to solve it. So question is like this: find the median for the given frequency distribution. Find the median for the given frequency distribution. So here classes and frequencies we will be provided. What next duty is, only one column will be extra in the table, that will be of cumulative frequency. So I am going to take here I have given classes and these are frequencies, and one more column we will have here, cumulative frequencies. Friends, you know this from the lower classes, that we call as CF. So my classes are here 10 to 25. Here 2, 3, 7, 6, 6 and 6. Here are the frequencies. How to calculate cumulative frequency? we have to add the consecutive frequencies of next. Here we have to go to add. Means 10 to 25 only 2 observations are located. Then from 10 to 40 how many observations are located? 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 that is 5. Then from 10 to 55 2 plus 3 plus 7. These much observations are located. What we have to see here, with this whole thing we are going to discuss to divide the total distribution into 2 equal halves. So to get n by 2 and to get the median class, first our duty is to obtain the cumulative frequency. So first is 2 and then 2 plus 3 is 5, then 5 plus this is 5 plus 7 is 12 and this is 18 and 18 plus 6 is 24 and 6 is 30. If you go to add all these, this 30 that is sigma fi value you will get here. So this is nothing but our n only. This will match. So these are different, but here you will get increasing values. The value will increase up to sigma fi. Now our duty is to get the median class. So how to get median class? For that what we have to calculate first of all? N by 2. So what is the value of n in the data now? N is 30. So n by 2 I am doing. What is 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now median class we have to calculate. We have to locate by looking after the cumulative frequency which is greater than or equal to n by 2. Means in this column we have to see the cumulative frequency which is greater than or equal to 15. So here all are less. This first value which is greater than or equal to 15 is 18. So this is our median class. So now I am taking all the values involved in the formula. So here it is median class. So this is lower limit of median class. This is frequency of the median class. This is the cumulative frequency of the class preceding to median class. So note these values properly. So L is what? Here it is 55. So n by 2 so we have calculated already. Cumulative frequency of class preceding to is 12 and frequency of median class is 6 and class size here if you observe it is 15. These values we have to put in the formula of the median. So what is the formula of median? M median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF upon F into H. Putting the values 55 plus n by 2 is 15 minus 12 divided by 6 into 15. So this is 55 plus this is 3 by 6 into 15. So 55 plus this will be 7.5. And so median for this data is 62.5. This is our answer. So this was the median for grouped data. In this way you have to go to calculate cumulative frequency. Here we don't have to calculate more and more columns like the mean. Here only one column will be extra. In case of more, no table is required. Only model class you have to find out. Here one more column only of cumulative frequency and locate the median class. So I hope you have understood all three measures of central tendency. First was mean, second was median, mode, and third is median. So in case of mean we have seen methods. First is for raw data sigma xi upon n. For ungrouped frequency distribution sigma fi xi by sigma fi. Then for grouped frequency distribution, first is direct method, x bar is sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. Then for grouped frequency distribution by assumed mean method, x bar is equal to a plus sigma fi di divided by sigma fi, where di is equal to xi minus a. And for grouped frequency distribution, again step deviation method, x bar equal to a plus sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi into h, where ui is equal to xi minus a divided by h. So students, clearly we have studied all these three measures of central tendency, all three formulas. I hope you clearly understand. Now you have to practice this by solving the illustrations. In your textbook also lot of illustrations are solved, and exercise questions I will provide you worksheet also to solve. Thank you. Next time we will meet.